This week on Creators Corner with myself, Dimmy. So I'm going to start this off with a question that my vidIQ coach had asked me, and he actually said, how do you stay creative? And obviously some people can have this problem when doing YouTube or Instagram, trying to think of ideas and what to post. First of all, don't force it, because I came to this point as well this week where I had no short form content planned. And there's no point me forcing something to post, and it's a waste of my time. It probably won't get many views. So I left it. But then I thought to myself, do you know what? The recent video I made with the DJI Action 5 versus X4, I had all these like little comparisons between each one. So I just cut those up, whether it was with the FPV or underwater testing, or how does the audio sound and stabilization. I was able to make 5 short form videos now. I can now post them on both YouTube and Instagram. And on YouTube, you can even have it as a related video to direct them to that video now. So when those start to come out, someone who may not have seen my video because it didn't perform well out the box, that they could see that, be like, oh, I want to know more, even though it's an unlikely comparison. So yeah, sometimes you don't want to force it, but other ways I become creative is I like getting products and testing them. For instance, the DJI Air 3 or the Sony a6700. And I want to learn that camera or drone or whatever it is and be better at it. How do I do that? And it's very overwhelming for when you get something new and you're like, oh my God, this is so complicated. And the easiest way, and this is what I've been doing throughout my YouTube channel, is that I'll just work on one aspect of that. So if it's photo, I'll just concentrate on how to get the best photo settings, whether it's aperture, shutter priority, manual mode, and learning different photography aspects. If you've been following me, you've seen all the DJI Air 3 and Air 3S videos. For instance, the sharpness video that I done, which was better, but people kept on saying to turn sharpness down. So I thought, you know what, let me answer that question. So I went out and tested everything really in depth. And these videos are very technical, but it gives me an answer, it gives you an answer. There's no right or wrong. It's just down to preference at the end of the day. So that's how I stay creative, and I create everything in Notion. So I just put all my ideas down there, and then every week I'll just work on that. I'll start doing my research into titles, into thumbnails. I look at what's working, what's not working, and there's no guaranteed success, because I've seen creators, when I'm doing my research, they may be in thousands or tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands. They'll make a video and it has like 100 views, barely. And you're like, wow, so subscriber count doesn't really matter anymore. And I just showed you, even the video before that with the UK drone rules, that received an overwhelming amount of comments and views, and it's still growing, which is crazy. Didn't expect that. And again, the Insta360 Action 5 didn't do well out the box, but I have a feeling that will do better in the long term. It's more of an evergreen content when people start wanting to know which of those cameras will they buy. I was confident in that. So that is the question from my vidIQ coach, David. If you do have any questions with like behind the scenes, whether it is YouTube or Instagram related, or if you have suggestions on how you think I can improve, drop those in the comments down below. This week, so from today all the way to Sunday, I'm going to be flat out capturing Christmas content. So I'm going to Limassol today. Limassol looks absolutely awesome. Can't wait to go and capture that, because there's so much now. Even the zoo has been turned into a Christmas market, which I didn't see until yesterday when I was driving back home. And then I'm going to Larnaca, all the Christmas villages. So it's going to be very Christmassy for me, which I can't wait, because I do love Christmas. There's a dog barking again. I'm going to kill her. Miss Dog, shut up! She's driving me mad. So, oh my God, she just want a bit of peace. Yeah, Christmas markets. So the first one I went to on Sunday with my friend Nicola, I actually was started there, captured some content. It was good to get in the spirit. The one issue I had when capturing was, because I tend to like to use electronic shutter, because I like to be incognito, so I don't get to spook people, because I like to capture people in their natural habitat, that it causes all these lines that happens in both photo and video. And I discovered yesterday you can fix that with, there's an electronic variable shutter that you can have, and you can either adjust it manually or scan it. I'll make a short, but it was really interesting, and I hopefully get to test that now so I don't have that issue going forward with the other stuff. But all of this Christmas Village content capture will be for next week's video. I'll probably delay the release of that because obviously I won't have time from capturing to editing. Usually I would have the video edited for the following week and I'm already working on the next video, if that makes sense. I like to stay ahead of stuff. And then after that, I'll probably take a break from filming and editing. I'll probably be planning, but I need a break because it's non-stop. If you're in content creation and you know, let me know your thoughts on that and how you handle like downtime. Do you take breaks, and how does it affect metrics, whatever platform you're on? Some of the downtime, actually, what I've started doing is the last 2 Wednesdays, so yesterday as well, started tiny whoop racing. So this is my Emax Tiny Hawk 3, and it's a kit. It was one of my first whoops. This is how I learned FPV, because when I made the decision to jump into it, I didn't want to go and spend thousands on gear, and all suddenly maybe I'm not good, maybe I didn't like it. So I bought this kit. I think it was like 400 or 500 Canadian at the time. I thought, what's that going to be in US? Probably about the same. I think it was around that. And yeah, now I have a purpose for this. I bought some new lipos because the ones I originally had, I didn't use them and they like swelled up, so they weren't going to be good. And now I just whoop indoors, and we were doing like this race circuit yesterday, and it's harder than it looks. But these are super fun. And even my friend Sergi, he said as well that I could buy a better whoop instead of these kits and buy a better radio because I only have Crossfire. I could just keep that Tango 2. But I don't know, we'll see. At the moment, this is fine. It does the job. I probably just want to keep flying it. And at least it's indoors. There's no BS with rules and things like that. That's what's been happening the past week. That's some of my behind the scenes and questions answered, and then what's happening going forward. If there's anything you want to see, let me know in the comments. And if you find these valuable as well, just let me know. And I'll see you next week.